All right, good morning, everybody. I am still a little bit sick. Oh, we got a failed retest neckline breakdown happening on KSCP for those of you holding it. It's happening right now. You got exit, exit, exit. I don't know if you're in it. Exit. I'm going to have a bit of a fall right now. Failed retest neckline breakdown. Probably returning back to VWAP, which for some reason on my screen I cannot see. Well, VWAP, it says it's 20.4. I wonder why it's not drawing VWAP. Anyway, sick, a little bit sick over the weekend. Probably second wave of COVID. Who knows? Definitely have had weird symptoms, so it's probably the COVID thing. And but I'm here this morning with you. So good morning, everybody. I've taken my medicine. I've had some coffee. I've mustered up the strength, and we'll probably have a short show, just so I'm not sneezing all over the show. But other than that, I'm here for you. So one opportunity we had was KSCP, but it looks like that has failed out now. The open. That must have been very liquid. I was just watching it, but very liquid for it to trade so naturally. Well, I mean, that's a very normal looking chart. Like you wouldn't know that was pre-market just now. Very liquid pre-market. So that does go to show that during the market, it may behave very predictably. So you might be able to get good prediction out of KSCP. You have to be real quick to like find and acknowledge these little things that you see and apply them like super quick. Like again, like on a dime, when something changes like right in front of your eyes, you have to say, okay, that's the new behavior of XYZ. Okay, I'm gonna see what I can do with that. You got to adapt fast. There's nothing like being at a poker table in an important hand, and you've got somebody made, like you've got them figured out, and then they do something different. You can't sit there and go like, that's strange. He normally does the following. You've got to put it together. You got to be smart enough to be wrong. There might be something you didn't know, like maybe that guy's smarter than you and he's tricking you and trapping you. So the market is like that. All right. Well, good morning, everybody, on Twitch, on YouTube, on TikTok, on Periscope, Twitter, Discord, Zoom. Say hello, good morning from those different platforms so I can see your chat come in and directly to you. So it looks like over the weekend there wasn't too much changed. We are up just a smidgen. We're basically right where we were at the close on Friday. My feeling is that on Friday we had like that big rally into the close. That needs to mean revert a little bit. It doesn't necessarily have to happen, but it needs to. Not that it's going to. I'm not saying it's going to, but it needs to. So, we need to at least get back halfway down into that rally and test that area in there for demand. And so I think that's one possibility today, is that we are going to go retest that no matter what. And then it can be bullish. Let's try and play the optimist side for things for a moment. Or everyone feels that the worst is over and everything's behind them, and this week's going to be all green sailing, and today's going to be this huge rally, or just grinding up, or green all day, supportive, whatever it is. So, optimistic, right? And then the pessimist in me says, we're in a downtrend. We've seen these things flip, and they haven't flipped in like over a year and a half. Basically, we haven't been in a situation like this since the pandemic. We haven't seen the market turn non-bullish sideways since the beginning of the pandemic market crash. And the pessimist in me says that no matter what happens this week, no matter how green it is, it's a bull trap and the market is still poised to go down. That could happen even today. Yeah. I often see in the market what I think is going to happen in the next few days happen in one day. It's pretty crazy, but a lot of times my thesis for where the market's going usually gets there in like 1/3 of the time. It's very hard to predict time. It's easy to predict levels, but it's very hard to predict speed. That's very hard to predict, and that also is a reason why you should always get 3 times the duration of your expected move on your options. Because you could be quite wrong on the wrong side of things. You're like, oh, okay, I think it's going to go from here to here. It's going to take about this long. And then it turns out, it does all this scriggle scraggle along the way and it take about 3 months. Patrick, that's SPY, the market. We do look at SPY. So all the markets are, roughly at where they were on Friday's close and not really substantially moving around from there yet. And maybe that's an indication for what the day's going to be like. Maybe it's going to be a weekday, a week WEAK day. Good morning, happy Monday, strong zombie. Oh, EverSource Energy. Oh, okay, gotcha. Uh, that's sideways, right? You're looking to make money. Was that where you would put it, Patrick? That your big? Is that your big pick? You know what I mean? No. Zoom out on the daily chart and do a little analysis, right? It's right there. It's not too hard to see. I would not be in that if I want to make money. Not now. Maybe you can watch that for a breakout. But I don't know what the opportunity for a breakout would be. You'd have to go back many years and see, because it was probably in a stage uh, 3 right now. So it's probably going to break down next in who knows how long. IINN is moving. Let me see. IINN. Yes, $3. It was at $2. So it's up 50%, and it's sitting at 3 right now. If it breaks 320, you can get in for stop at 2.9, 30 cents of risk. That's stop to the pivot. Stop to the pivot. There should be a rap song about trading. $6 minutes, I think you mean to say, huh? Kelly says, it's sketchy because I've been tracking SPY with trend lines since 473. It finally broke the down trend line. So I'm like you, is this a bull trap or are we going to trade sideways until all the big money finds out? Well, I'll tell you this. When the market's going up and up and up and up and up, does it ever go down? Yeah. So when the market's going down and down and down and down, it's going to go up sometimes too. So I think the real point is don't get bullish until the market has confirmed it's gone bullish. And it's going to have to re-break the final pivot that it broke down. Good morning, Jorge. In order to go bullish again. So for now, it's sideways, and there's a lot of signs of weakening, and we're teetering on things going bearish. And in fact, the market is short-term bearish. It's just not medium-term bearish yet. So there's those three time frames: short, medium, and long. Long is super, huge, like super cycle, like years. So we really are only concerned with short term and medium term. But for trading. But so right now it's short term bearish, confirmed bearish, like 4-point downtrend short term. But that can bounce at a point which is medium term sideways. There's the breakout on IINN at 320 for 30 cents of risk. I don't know where that's going to go this morning. Okay, nobody does. But there's possibly a good trade there. It looks pretty supported so far. Okay, you write the rap lyric. Bye. Sounds good. KSCP finding some bottom during that fail crap out. But it looks like it was short-lived. We've got a topping tail candle on the 2-minute chart now. I'm wondering why I don't see my VWAP line up there anymore. Strange. DOS trader setup. I'm not going to mess around with it while we're on the air, though. All right, we've got 12 minutes until the open. So the opportunity of the moment is IINN, and we have 11 minutes until the open. Might make enough to get you some Dayquil and tissues. Well, yeah, exactly. I already have that. Actually, I don't have any tissue here. I guess I have one leftover tissue. Not going to cut it during the show. Let me grab my Kleenex box just in case. All right, emergency Kleenex box deployed. All right, hey, hello everybody on TikTok as well. So we're trying a sideways stream for the last couple of days. Hopefully it is cool and you're enjoying it. Let us know, because normally you're not able to see so much of what I see when I'm trying to help you guys out during the stream. And this way you're able to see a lot more. I know the resolution maybe isn't super great, but it's pretty good. For a phone. Try to accomplish more and more with less and less, don't we? And pretty good. I think I might get the TV program in view. Your episodes. All right, we've got 9 minutes until the open. And Tesla's at 863, which is just up a smidgen from the close on Friday. It closed on Friday at like 849, something like that. So it's up like 15 points. And the Dow in general is actually down. So industrials are sort of going to open under the close of Friday, but and so is the S&P, frankly, just a little bit under. But the Qs are going to open up. So it's really odd. I mean, that's why I feel like it's upside down. Those are all upside down. In other words, based on the rate environment, the whole environment right now, the market environment, those things are in the opposite configuration that they should be in. So that's what tells me that this is a pullback in a downtrend. Is that everything's the opposite of what it should be. The Qs should be weaker, not stronger, than the industrials at the moment. And we're seeing gold go up before the open. So it's possible that smart money is just going to tuck away their cash today and not make a move until the close of the market. So it could be a weak day until the close of the market. And we have 7 minutes until the market opens. IINN pulled back and settled at around 310. If you got in at 320 breakout, your profit targets on that should have been, I believe it's every 5 cents. Does somebody have the tiering? If they could paste the tiering, I'll double check on that. But stocks over $3, I believe it's a profit target of 5 to 20% of your position, exit every 10 cents. So you would have gotten out at 330 and 340, and then now that it's pulled back, it's all the way at 316, you would have cut it at your stop loss of 320. You can have all that kind of stuff, kind of like pre-configured to go automatic with a Stream Deck and a DOS Trader account for $175 a month. Get that kind of stuff set up for the most serious traders of you. And I'm happy to do a one-on-one session with you anytime you ever want to, learn get a boost on sort of the intricacies of setting a Stream Deck up with hot scripts in DOS Trader. But also, they should offer support as well. There goes INNN. By the way, KSCP failed out again. Couldn't even get a baseline going and already broke down. So KSCP looking not too good. IINN totally rallying. It just hit 363 right now. So I don't know if anybody re-entered, but you do when it breaks the new high. And then you would have gotten a profit target at 350 and 363. You got 6 minutes to the open, and IINN is still showing strength, so that's really good. It looks like it's going to have a lot of resistance near 375.4. So that might be it, really. Pre-market, it hit 363 there. There's going to be a lot of volume at 380. That might be the top of the range on IINN. It'll be interesting to see if the Qs or the market can get up above any of last week's highs, any of the highest highs of last week. Because if so, that will be a signal of a bullish day. Is FGI entry above 576 pivot or 640? You could go with the 580, because that's above WAP at that point and breaking 3 kind of prior pivots, right? So that's a good spot to go, okay, I've got, four kind of confirmations that things are looking good. It's still not the fully confirmed 790 pre-market high breakout, like phenomenal, this thing's going to explode and run to 24. But you might, be able to get a 50% retrace. Maybe you can go from 580 to 640. You understand? Okay. It's a higher risk play, but by getting in that early, it may not reward. But if it does, it could be a much higher reward. See, so and where would you put your stop if that happened? Yeah. Exactly. Except I would just go $5 or even like 4.90 so that it had a little bit of play if it ever had to retest five. So and then you calculate it from there. So your entry is 5.80. So like $1. So see how you can just do the rough math in your head and make it beneficial and protective and safe. Calculate your safety. $1. So if you have a $10,000 account, you're talking 100 shares. Boom. Like we know that instantly. So the thing goes from 580 to 640. You'll make $60. And on a $10,000 account, that's getting close to 1%. That's pretty good. And if the thing explodes and goes to 12, you're going to make like, what is that? $500. That's going to be really good. 5%. So it has a good risk reward signature. We got 1 minute until they open, less than 2 minutes until they open. Tesla's rallying very strong right now. Could have been some news that came out. I don't know. There's a very strong rally right now from Tesla. An upgrade just happened, Dundra? I mean, just now this happened. I'm talking about the last 3 minutes, the last 5 minutes. No, in the last 5 minutes, something's changed. Very strong rally before the open. I guess it could be because of the upgrades and just the fact that the open is coming. Okay, we've got 59 seconds until the open. Obviously, that little Tesla move is helping the market, helping SPY. And we got 40 seconds until the open. $20. Okay, IINN is starting to freak out. The volume is picking up just before the open. 10 seconds until the market open. Be watching for a break below $3 on IINN. That would be the end of the trade. But certainly, if it breaks 360, you can get in. Even if it breaks 340. Okay, IINN pulling back to 330. We're getting a lot of upside breakout alerts. Just before the open, Tesla dropping about 10 points from that pre-market high. IINN doing similarly. Industrials dropping. Tech pulling back. It feels like a very, very short-term intraday pullback. Industrials dropping. Okay, IINN entry on IINN for a stop at 3.1. About 30 cents a risk, 20 cents a risk. You might be getting stopped out right now. That could have been a fail. That could have been a fake out. 3.11. You can still get in. However, it doesn't look promising anymore. IINN.
The opportunity of the moment du jour, the momentum day trading opportunity du jour. No, not really a breakout on Apple. No, that's going to be at 172, Dondrell. Depends on how you think of it. Apple breakout from the high of Friday, but I'm talking about pre-market high would really show that there was some momentum there for a trade. So right now the market's actually pulling back across the board, heading to Qs are heading towards Friday's close, and probably will test it / bounce. SPY dropping. Tesla pulling back to 863-ish. Seems to be finding some support here around 863. The market in general. IINN is holding that 310 stop, but it's not necessarily looking promising yet. I wouldn't take the trade now unless it broke 355. IINN. You need that confirmation at this point because you just got faked out. So if it doesn't break 355, no trade. If you're already in it, 310 is the stop, and it's almost there. Make sure you cut, and you cut fast if you hit your stop. You just cut fast, get out, try again later. There's no gambling in this in trading. I mean, yes, there is, but you don't want to be gambling. It looks like biotech index is flying. XBI. Well, you might need to cut that, Faraz. Depends on all the factors. How are the winds blowing today? On that sector, on that industry. Look at other leaders in that industry. Be watching them all. Okay, Tesla has reversed and is breaking to the upside now. 876. That's pulling up the market. Amazon looks like it's following suit. Tesla now hitting almost 880. If you want to take that trade at this point, your stop should be set to 860. So you got to do $20 of risk. So you're expecting at least $40 a gain. So 920 profit target. All right, Tesla hitting 880, 882. Of course, KC is falling more. What a weak stock that one is. No, Dundra, I'd wait to 172 on Apple. It's breaking out of a base, so that's good. You could get in there if you want, Dondrell, if you know how to manage your trades. I'd put the stop at 169.50. and I'd calculate $1.50 a risk. It's at 71 right now. But if you wait till 172 breakouts, more confirmed. IINN broke down. That's the exit on IINN, or the sign that IINN has failed out on us. We're only 6 minutes after the open, and 6.5, 7 minutes after the open, and already this market is kind of showing its colors. I think today's going to be a slow grind up green day. Yes, Amazon broke to the upside. The levels on that, I can get you. The breakout was at 29.10. It's already at 29.20, for which you would have to put a stop at 28.85. KSCP starting to come up again, but you're going to need it to break that pivot at 23.55 in order to reactivate. Yeah, it's halted because that was a volatility halt. It's indicating it's going to open exactly right around where it halted, 21.50. So when it comes out of the halt in 5 minutes, if it's on time, what we'll be looking for is for it to break 23.50. Otherwise, we're not interested. 23.55. After a halt, it's usually increased volatility. First halt, so it might be able to do it. It's just it's going to have to be filled with lots of demand. Yeah, FGI is climbing. You can get the break at 5.8. Remember we were talking about that earlier. For $1 of risk, stop at 4.8. There it is. FGI breaking out 5.8. And it is halting. FGI is halting. You have seconds to get in. FGI, you have a couple seconds left. We're about to halt on FGI. Boom, halted. All right, who got in? Chris is in. All right. Chris, do you have DOS Trader or a Stream Deck? That was pretty fast. All right, good job. It pays to work on your setup, doesn't it, Chris? Preparation. There used to be an expression, I forget what it was, but something about preparation. But the more you prepare, the more you're ready to execute in the moment. All right, the Qs are just insane on fire right now. The Qs are super hot. Tech is flying. I don't understand why. To me, what is that? Could be bear trap, FOMO, bait, because it just doesn't make sense. But you know what they say: the market can remain irrational longer than you can remain solvent. So that's a breakout, momentum breakout for the Qs to the upside. And it looks like, yeah, SPY is following because SPY is like half Qs, half Dow Industrials. But The Dow is lagging on that, not quite ready to rally. And in fact, energy and industrial related sectors are trending down intraday right now. Right, you're either prepared to win or you might as well prepare to die or fail. Yeah. Failure is by default. Failure is the default. I mean, it just makes sense because if inflation is 2.25% human productivity, the increasing human productivity, then all you need to do to fail is nothing. And all you need to do to succeed is achieve 2.25% growth per year as a human being. That's the definition of success to me. If you've done at least 2.25% per year. All right, FGI is going to open at 585. Okay, that's a little bit pulled back. KSCP says it's going to open at 22. They may hold that halt a little longer. It's going to come out in 3 seconds. 2, 1, and there it goes. 22, 0.4, 0.5, 0.8, 0.9, 23. Remember, we're waiting for 2355. 2355 breakout confirmation is going to be huge. There we go. And it's hitting 24.22. You have seconds to get in. We're halting. Seconds to get in on KSPC. Seconds to get in. KSCP. Who said KSPC? KSCP. You have seconds. There it is. We're halted on KSCP. All right. Who got in? It's now indicating it's going to open at 25. All right. FGI is going to open in 1 minute. Who got into KSCP? Well, I said KSCP. It wasn't until Mr. M mistyped it that I said it wrong. He says sorry to you, everyone. Darius, 24.22. That was your entrance? No, that's what it's at now. But you're in for 24.22 is what you're saying? Anybody get it at the 23.5 breakout I was talking about? You can set your stop buys there. It's indicating to open at 24.5 right now, 24.65. So a little bit over where it closed. All right, we're going to open for trading in 5 seconds on FGI. 3, 2, 1. There it goes. 5.85 breakout. 6. That's an entrance. 6, 610, 615. It's pulling back to 5.9. You want about what did we calculate on FGI? $1 of risk for your entry and for your lot size. $10,000 account means 100 shares. If you'd like to learn the 1% rule, type market mastery into Google and you can find my video lessons and go learn the 1% rule. That's how you figure out how many shares to buy. All right, we're trying to get up to that $6 level and it looks like it's failing. 577. We hit 615. Okay, we're getting some support in the 80s, 580s. We're almost into the 90s, 590s. We need to get over that level of 6. $591. There's the Apple breakout, Dondrell. That's what that ring was. It's usually $1, $1.50 of risk on Apple. So that sets you up for pretty much a day swing and holding all day. But I would say that as of this moment, you could even size your risk to 171.40. So that's 60 cents a risk. Stop at 171.40. All right, we got over 6 on FGI. Then we've pulled back to 597. Okay, there we go. 6. We seem to be holding 6. We're back over 6. Current low of this candle is 5.9. The last candle was 5.75. We don't want to see those key levels break down. Still holding the $6 level on FGI. In 1 minute and 15 seconds, trading will resume on KSCP, Cincinnati. It didn't go through. Is that what you said? I should have tested the new Stream Deck. It didn't go through. Yeah, of course, test it. You should be testing for weeks with your Stream Deck in paper trading mode. I don't know if you're using Dash Trader, Cameron, but it has paper trading mode as well. Yeah, pre-market high. Done drill. All right, FGI taking off now. Make sure you take profits at underneath 625 every 25 cents. $625 and $650. Make sure you're taking a 5 to 20% profit underneath $625 and $650 on FGI if that's where it goes. You have to take your partial profits. We've resumed trading on KSCP and it's a huge pullback. It's bad news. KSCP, which closed at 24.5, is now at 22.5. It's finding some support, but I'm sure that's burned a lot of people. They don't want to be trading this anymore. So the liquidity is going to go way down on a move like that. Only winners are going to walk away on that one, feeling good. And it looks like there's a lot of losers. FGI still trying to make it up, but it looks like the momentum is slowing very much so. If it breaks 5.85, I would be very concerned. Maybe stop out at 5.85 on FGI. Move your stops to 5.85. Certainly a break of 5.7 is 100% all out on FGI. 5.7, but 5.85 is where I would get out of my trade now if it does that. If it gets there. So that's it on FGI. That's failing out. Over on KSCP, it's found some support at 22. We're getting some slight pullback on the market. That can be normal in an uptrend. So far, it's an intraday uptrend on the Qs. But the Dow is flat. I mean, it is just sideways. It's trying, but it's just sideways. We've got oil dropping a little bit. That's going to weigh on the whole market. Apple's at 172.73 now. FGI's failed out, as I mentioned, and it is dropped below VWAP. That's not good. Basically, you can consider like VWAP the bearish bullish line. So in essence, FGI is now bearish. You need to see like really like trading underneath there. You need to see the zigzag of the rallies and everything underneath there. The Qs again, just really powerfully pushing forward, and that is getting SPY to be much more positive and create an uptrend in SPY. And now finally, Dow is following suit, and so that's pushing SPY even more, and that's causing the Qs to gain some even further confidence. So overall, we're getting a rally across the market now. 357 is the level to break on the Qs. We're almost there. 356. Yeah, Cameron. Yeah, I didn't know what you meant there. I'm a little bit slow today. My neurons are being seized by viruses. We got to break out somewhere. All right, I'm taking FGI off the radar. There's no sense in FGI anymore. KSCP, get out of it. That's just not going anywhere. It may go somewhere again today. Keep an eye on it, but it's extremely volatile, filled with lots of fake outs, not a lot of follow through. So remember that. Might not be something you actually want to mess around with. AMD and Microsoft breaking as well. Yeah, I imagine at this point it's broad based. It's pretty broad based. I'm seeing Netflix up quite a bit, Tesla up one of the strongest, PayPal. Um, okay, financials not fully broad based. So this is actually some rotation. There is some rotation going on. Derek, for what time frame? I don't even know what you're talking about. Is it a short? Is it a long? Is it intraday? Is it for 5 minutes? Is it for 3 hours? Is it for a week? Is it for swing trade? Is it a 3-day trade? A 30-day trade? A couple of months? Years? Dip buying? Okay, swing trade. Thank you. Entry for downside? Long or short? Up or down? Long or short? Do you have a thesis either way? Long. So to my eyes, it doesn't look like a long opportunity. How about you? It doesn't look like a thing that goes up. I mean, can we get back to the kindergarten level of trading here and make sure we have our foundation solid? Step one, only get in things that go up. Is that going up? Can somebody tell me if that's going up or down? But once it starts, I understand what you're saying, Derek, but why would you put your money on something that you don't know when it's starting or that it's even going to go up? Like, you're assuming it's going to go up. What the fuck do you know? Nobody knows that shit. Do you know how many people listen to the fundamental analysis and then are wrong and lose all their money? They get in because it's the company's supposed to be doing good. I don't understand. Why does the stock keep going down? It's supposed to be good. What do you care more about, Derek? The price going up or that people think it should go up? What do you want? Do you want the company to be good or for the price to be good? Which one? What do you care about more? Price or fundamentals? I mean, Mr. M says price. You can listen to people talk about a stock all day long, but what the fuck does it matter? Price is the only thing that actually matters. So charts are the only thing that actually matters. Look, Warren Buffett can do fundamental analysis up and down, but I guarantee you he's going to look at the chart before he invests. He's going to look at that chart, if not just to find out if it's overvalued. I mean, price is important. So, I'm trying to get you and others to understand this fundamental concept that it doesn't fucking matter what you think. But it's SoFi and people say good things about it and it's supposed to go up. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit what people think. I only get in stuff that's doing what I need it to do, or it's gonna do what I need it to do because based on a particular price pattern. But I don't just assume something because people say so or fundamentals say so. Oh, revenues are going to be in line and next quarter, and it could have a blowout season, and but there's another stock that's already doing better than that. So my point is, if you have money, why would you put it in something that's not doing what you want it to do? Go put it in something that's doing what you want it to do. And who the fuck cares if it's called SOFI or motherfucking stupid shit? What? It doesn't matter. It's a 4-letter ticker, and if it's going up, you get in and you make money. We're going on a rant here. It's just that it doesn't fucking matter what you think. You need to look at the chart. You guys, looking at this chart for SoFi for over a year and a half of chart data, who loves it? Who says, oh my God, I've got to put all my money into this. This thing is an opportunity. Anybody? Is anybody in here stupid enough to disregard the chart and just go, oh, but I heard good things about it. So I was on the bus and there was this guy talking about SoFi, and he said the next quarter revenues are going to be in line and it could be quite the surprise. How many of you are going to put all your money on that? Look at the fucking chart or get out of my group. I'm chart trader, motherfuckers. For a good reason. The charts are more important than anything. And if you don't like that, either learn to like it or you're in the wrong group. Not that I'm going to shit on fundamental analysis. I do fundamental analysis. And when you're investing, that's very important. But that's a very long-term horizon thinking when you're doing fundamental analysis, because you've got to sit through a lot of huge cycles, stock cycles that last sometimes 1 to 7 years, maybe even 10 years. Like investing, fundamental analysis becomes good for investing. Like if you think SoFi is a good buy now, check back in 10 years based on fundamentals. You can't trade on fundamentals. You cannot trade on fundamentals. It's just not for trading. You see the difference? There's a huge difference. It's sort of like crypto market. Everything is the same. It's trading baseball cards or something. Just because somebody says something has value doesn't mean when you go out there and you try to sell it, that's the value you're going to get. You can get all excited about something because people tell you something, but the proof is in the motherfucking price, right? And that's the history of the price on SoFi. And it shows that people are disliking it more and more over time. It's not even that difficult to spot on this one. Other ones it could have been a little bit harder, but you have descending highs and descending lows. I mean, it's worsening. People don't want to pay higher, they want to pay less higher, and people want to pay lower and even more lower on both sides of the spectrum. Nobody wants to pay too much more than it's been, and nobody wants to buy at current prices. They want it lower. That's it. It's chart reading. For a trade, for a swing, that's what's most important. Please, please, please. Stay away from what people say and think about fundamentals of a stock or their opinions on a stock. For swing trading, that ain't going to work. Fundamentals are going to work for 5-year outlooks. Like, I can help you with that. Like, if you want to invest your money. Well, you know what, Derek? The bottom always looks like the bottom. You've got, we all have the things we tell ourselves, little, what do they call it? Like smokers, right? Yeah, but I have to have a cigarette. It helps me breathe better, and it takes away my appetite. And we all have our little excuses we tell ourselves. We all have our little excuses we tell ourselves to rationalize what we want, and you have to be very careful about allowing yourself to do that. Don't allow yourself to rationalize yourself into something when really, you're just kind of like rationalizing it. Well, you're going to need to build up a tool set of rules that outweigh the number of excuses that you can make, the rationalizations you can make. Let's call them rationalizations instead of excuses. The rational, I don't want to go to work today because da 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 da. Some people might call it excuses. Your boss will call it excuses. You might call it rationalizations. But the fact is, you're full of shit. They're excuses. They're not rationalizations. So anyway, though, but let's be nice about it and call them rationalizations. Let's get on the good side of this and just say that you need to have probably a set of rules that outweighs any number of rationalizations that you can make. So that way you're at least moving forward with tested, proven rule sets instead of short-term conceptual rationalizations. Like when I say, what the fuck do you know? I mean that to everyone, including me. We do not know everything. As people, we don't know. Like, what the fuck do we know? Really, though, the best we can do as traders is look at the chart, because the chart gives you history and then understand, of course, patterns and all that good stuff. So anyway, yeah, bottoms tend to always look like bottoms. Yeah. What did I say? Bottom always looks like the bottom. Yeah, that's a really good one. It just looks like it was the bottom. Yeah. Always looks that way. What are you guys saying now? SPY is really running. Yes, guys. The market is rallying. We're having a good moment on the market. We got over Wednesday's high. In order to erase the whole week, we'd have to get up above 448, which we could do on a follow-through day. SoFi, so here's the thing though, I guess, Derek, maybe you've missed some of my classes, but there's some good classes we've had about how instead of trying to waste time finding bottoms, which don't work out frequently, like 80% of the time a bottom goes lower. You're much better off getting in something that's been going up. And your worry at that point is, yeah, but maybe that's the end of the move. Well, maybe it's not. Things that go up tend to keep going up. They do. And things that go down tend to keep going down. So the thing is, learning a little bit more about trading, you might be able to find patterns that are right in the middle of, soaring. They're very easy spots to, to get in. I don't know what a good example of that is, but on the inverse, do we have a good example, anybody, of something that's just been going up and up and up and up and up smoothly? I don't think we have a good example of that lately, because everything that's been going up has been under such fire. But look, you really want, the opposite of this, like space. It's just been going down and down and down and down, but we want the opposite of that. So, we want something green, the green version of it. Yeah, other than the Costco recently, I can move the chart over like this. And, you could feel pretty good about that. Anytime in the last year, if you wanted to swing trade Costco along, other than these two moments, you would have been correct. However, the way I trade and the way like Darvis, that's a Darvis box. The way Darvis trades is you wait for the break of that consolidation region. So there, you don't get in when it's going sideways. You wait for the break. Get in and when it happens again, trade number 2, get in and get in things that are already going up, and it'll make your life so much easier. Definitely, Amanda. Yeah, I mean, not everybody knows about cognitive dissonance, but it is that for sure. Those little excuses are cognitive dissonance. Yeah, but also I studied sociology at Yale, and one of the things that I learned there, which was really astonishing, is that human beings have the ability to actually rationalize anything. It doesn't matter whether it's right or wrong. We have the ability to rationalize it. So, whether it's murder, genocide, smoking, alcoholism, anything that's bad for you, we have the ability to rationalize it and make it okay in our minds. Like we have to. It's a physiological, evolutionary, winning trait. Anyone who couldn't would just fizzle out and die, and then they wouldn't be able to reproduce those genes, and so people who couldn't are no longer with us. So we are able to rationalize absolutely anything. So it may not even feel like cognitive dissonance to those people, but outside looking in, they are in a cognitive dissonant zone. Absolutely, yeah. And if they could just kind of like open up their thinking to the other concepts and try rationalizing those, they might de-rationalize the ones that got them in the bad habit in the first place. Yes, good shit. I used to rationalize the bottom so dangerous, was a little crabby, then got cooked into ground. And right now we have a real problem on the market because nothing is just going up right now. Everything's going sideways. And so I do understand, the desire to try to pick a bottom right now, because the market is wavering around. Like, is this the bottom on Costco? We don't know. But it certainly has failed. Oops. There we go. Like this breakdown here was not good. And in fact, you could almost say there was another breakdown right there as it created this other support line in that period. And then you had failed attempts to re-rally. It did really good. I mean, frankly, Costco, you did really good on those attempts to re-rally and retest highs, but it couldn't do it in the end. It wasn't enough. It made a little bit slightly higher highs, but compared to the previous highs, the momentum had been greatly reduced. You can see that up here in these smaller, higher highs. And so anyway, right now everything's going through that. It's really hard to find anything that's just running and running. I think EXC was one of them. My favorite stock, KSCP, is running. Let's see. Let's go check out KSCP. Well, it's running today. It's popping up. KSCP is popping up. It's having an erect moment. Did I just say that? But the other one was, I think, EXC. Yeah, EXC is not doing too bad. It's a little bit of a rough ride, up and down, but it is making higher highs, and it is continuing. And during this time in which there's a lot of uncertainty on the market, it is continuing. It's certainly not as smooth as like space. What a nice run that is. And I'm also in KC short, for example. That's just like keeps going down to the ground. We used to, in the bull market, when we were in the bull market, we're not in it anymore. We're now in a sideways market for sure. That's 100% confirmed. But when we were in the bull market, we would find things like Costco. We had lots of things that were just going up. And that's what you want to do. Those are the swing trades you want to do. You want to get in things that are going up in the hopes that they'll continue to go up. That's a lot better. You have a lot higher chance, much higher probability than trying to find when things will stop going down, turn around, and go up. Like you're a miracle maker or a wizard. SoFi certainly, I don't know why anybody would be interested in it other than they heard things. And like, stop using your ears to trade. Use your eyes. That's going to do a lot better for you. I was going to say this, though, that if you use the inverse bump and run, you may be able to spot a bottom turning around on something. So if you know the bump and run pattern, the inverse bump and run pattern could potentially spot a bottom, supposedly. In a bull market, in a bear market, it doesn't perform too well, though. It's better to find bump and run bottom reversals in a bull market. In a bear market, it's hard for anything to go up and continue to go up and get a follow through on a move. It's very hard right now to find swing trades for upside. Upside swing trades, very hard. I currently have long ED. Okay, because I guess it's breaking out. Is why I got into that. Oh yeah, it's been in an uptrend, and then it just broke back up to the upside after this little dip, and it's in. Sorry to hear that. Why? What is ED? Oh, erectile dysfunction. That's a good one. Yeah, cockpea and ED. I have ED. We can just take that out, that little sound clip. We can make a GIF out of it. Anyway, that's doing good. Apple. I'm in Apple long now. After Friday's reversal and outstanding earnings. That's looking good. Yeah, the EXC. It is not easy to find upside right now. Things that are just running and running and running and running on the upside. But there's some things out there. HMHC, I think, is the other one. Yep. See, in general, it's just going up and up and up and up. Oh, DraftKings strong today. Let's see. Yeah. It needs to get like up to about 22 in order for the yellow line to be breaking that band. So at 22, that'd be the point in which to think about cutting. So you're able to see that, Lishi? Because some people said that the indicator is not accessible now. But I guess if you added it to your charts and didn't deactivate it or something, then it's still working. If you add it to your favorites. Oh, interesting. Thank God. Thank God they allow that. If you favorite it, it works. Oh, that's good. All right, cool. Yeah, but I was sick this weekend, but I'll work on getting it working again, published again in a way that it gets approved, apparently. I think mostly they're saying, we don't know what this thing does. Like my description just wasn't good enough. Like I think they want to know what's going on behind the scenes here without revealing too many secrets. If you could share what's going on behind the scenes and what does it do? So I can do that, no problem. I really think that the kind of like the innovative part of that, those bands, and I'm curious to try to apply it to Bollinger Bands and some of the other channel techniques. The innovative logic that I applied there, I believe to be the fact that I used the high and the low as separate bands. Most of them use just a single point for every candle, single point of data. But if you're creating bands and you're trying to get and you're trying to base your trades on where price is across those bands, like, and to be in if it goes up the upside and down the downside, how does it not make sense to make sure that those bands are based on the high low? It just reverse engineering logically, it just makes sense. So in my opinion, I think maybe I'm going to go check out, what happens if you modify Bollinger Bands or Keltner channels or any of those others using high-low bands instead of volatility based on single data points. On 1 minute, yeah. And how did that work out, Paul? That's cool. On the 1 minute, it shouldn't. I mean, I haven't tested it. Really? Yeah, we're getting reports back for sure from a couple of people that it works well intraday. I guess as it should, but you do need a strongly trending rally, right, for it to work. I believe it probably needs to be more than a 20-degree angle or something. On CCL, let me take a look. I'll pull up the 2 minute. Looks like it would have worked again today on CCL. It was 100%. Damn, this is something good. Wow. This could become a worthwhile indicator. Yeah, look at that. It would have kept you in. It would have kept you in during that pullback there. No sweat. Right now is a moment of sweating it. And it looks like you might be cutting it on Carnival any second here. But yeah, there was definitely a rally there. 19, I get out always. What do you mean? You always get out at 19? It just won't go above 19. Yeah. Well, you guys, I've been with you for an hour on the open and a half an hour before that. And that's pretty amazing considering I've probably got a second wave of COVID here. And I'm on Dayquil. And I've gone through so many tissue boxes. So I'm going to go now. But, yeah, if you need me, I'm in the group. Hit me up in the group. See you in the VIP. Have a good day, everybody. 10 boosters, yeah. Thanks. Good luck, Dondrell, on your Tesla trade today. I'm sure you're trading Tesla. Looks like we're just rallying today. That, at least for the morning session. All right. Okay, later on. I sent a direct message. Oh, okay, cool.